Testing, testing. 1, 2. Is audio coming through? Can everybody hear me? Maybe there's some issues with the audio here. Okay, looks like we're good. Good to go, I think. So we have about 25 minutes before the market opens. So let's just quickly do a weekly analysis of the markets here. Let's see here. So as you can see here, let's start with the S&P 500. So we almost took out the all-time highs on Friday with this pretty strong bull bar. So this indicates higher prices, of course, right off of the 20-day moving average on a daily chart. The weekly formed a bottoming tail, and the monthly we still have about a week this week just to close out the monthly bar. So we'll see how this ends up looking like. Nasdaq similar on the monthly. The weekly is a little bit different. So it looks like it wants to reverse. And I think that's what's gonna happen. I thought we might, we came down pretty low here, but Friday we just came right back. But I thought we were gonna take this bar out on Friday, but we did not. And the daily, so we're just sitting right above the 20-day moving average. So, but I think we're gonna be rolling over because, well, let me just go with the Dow Jones here first. Was a nice big strong bar again above the 200, above the 20 and the 50. So this, it wants to go higher. Same thing with Russell, but we're sitting right at the resistance, you know. We failed to break above it. Continuation. And as you can see, the percentage-wise, we 4% on Friday. But the reason I said I think we're going to be rolling over because if you look at Bitcoin, it broke barely just broke the high with this bar the following day and then just collapsed. And now, just today, as a matter of fact, within an hour or so, a couple hours ago, it just collapsed and took out this. Well, it didn't take out, but it broke below, but it came right back. So, of course, NASDAQ and Bitcoin, very similar. Um, very correlated assets, right? So, so I think we might be rolling over just like here with NASDAQ, and but the other indices look a little like. Also, as you can see on the hour chart, we're a little bit overbought, even on Dow Jones and Russell. I mean, strong, huge bar. Um, but as you can see, Bitcoin, this is live. You know, this is the forex. So as you can see, the prices are moving. But so I think we might be rolling over. And on the 1 hour chart, NASDAQ, so we have this now declining 200, and it's kind of flattening now because we came back right to it. I mean, this indicates going higher, right? Well, we might be seeing a pullback first. Let's see what the 15-minute looks like here. So I would not be surprised if we pulled back at least to the 500 area, 480, touch the 50-day moving average, or even this resistance, which became support now, right around 450 or so, which be roughly about 50% retracement. So, see, 450 would be roughly around here, 480, right at the top of this bar. Yeah, I kind of like that. That would be 100 points down, right? 580 to 480. So we'll see how we open. So we have roughly about 15, 17 minutes left. So let's take a look what the crude oil looks like. So we are just back and forth, just above now the 200-day moving average on the daily chart, which is the 200 is pretty flat now. I thought with this move we're gonna retest these highs, these levels here, 74 area, 75 or so, but then we just pulled back again. So let's see what the weekly looks like, because the weekly is rising, the 200. So it looks like the 20-day moving average halted the prices down. So I do like higher prices for crude oil. Let's see what the monthly looks like. So if this bar turns into a bottoming tail, We're probably gonna go higher. Gold, look at this monthly chart. Look at these sales. It just shows you it's a lot of resistance. 3,500 in change area, 3,600. A lot of resistance. Weekly, bullish. Looks pretty bullish, of course, but now we are just chopping back and forth between 36 and 34. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, how this week, how this candle ends up. If we take out these tails and close above 35.40, I think we're gonna go higher. And silver looks a little bit different, not as nowhere near the highs of 57 here, as you can see. So we got a long way to go. But on a monthly chart, it looks bullish. Weekly looks bullish. And daily looks bullish. So we did Bitcoin. This is the futures Bitcoin. The dollar, very bearish, right? I mean, it makes sense because the dollar and gold and silver move in the opposite directions, so that makes sense. So it looks like we're gonna be going lower again. On a daily chart, weekly, same thing. We had a rejection at the 20-day moving average. Topping tail, I think lower prices. And the monthly, it wants to take out this green bar, and probably next stop would be 92 bucks area. On the bonds, start with the daily. So looks like we formed a head and shoulders here. So we came back up to this level and just pulled back. Failed to break above this 200, so we might be breaking above it this week. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Take a look again here. So once we see 88.50. Yeah, so yeah, we need to right over here. This 50 is gonna need to put up a nice big green bar and close above this 50-day moving average. We'll see what happens this week, but it looks like a reversal to me. So we had this move up, and now we might be putting up a double bottom here. So once this we close above, let's just say 88, 89 or 90, I think we're gonna go higher. This is the M2 money supply. We are just printing. Uranium, I don't know what. So this is what I think is gonna happen. Don't take this as financial advice. ETH. Hold on one second here. This is Ethereum daily. I mean, huge move on Friday. All-time highs. Wow. Right at all-time highs. Just above it. Crazy move up. So, usually, all the crypto move in the same direction, more or less. So, but Bitcoin is, of course, down, but ETH is up slightly. So, we'll see what happens, but I think it looks bullish. It's hard to short this thing looking like this, right? Let me look at Algorand and XRP here. So it looks very similar to Bitcoin. So I think they're going down. But ETH for some reason is just more bullish than bearish than the other cryptos. So what does that mean? Uh, Hold on a second. I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. But it looks bullish, unless there's going to be a huge reversal, you know. But it's going to be hard to just reverse this green bar. It would have to be a complete collapse. So it would be interesting, but it looks more bullish than bearish, that's for sure, okay? At least to me. Let's take a look at the weekly here. Say weekly. I don't know what the reason is. Here's the monthly. Looks very bearish, right? But it's at all-time highs, so um it's hard to buy all-time highs. I think 80% or so of all-time highs they fail. So I don't know. I wouldn't be buying here. Yeah. I mean, compared to Bitcoin, look at this Bitcoin. It's just putting up, it's showing double tails, right? That's bearish signal to me. Uh, ETH doesn't look bearish, but it's at resistance. So we'll see what happens here with these with these cryptos here. So we got about 5 minutes until the open. You're welcome. Are you currently holding ETH? You looking to buy Ether or what's up? You have BMNR. What is that? I'm not familiar with that one. MNR. BMNR. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a stock that they're acquiring more ETH, huh? Well, I'm sure they're not the only ones acquiring, so but so it looks like we might be we're gonna be opening on NASDAQ here around 23,600 area. So we got about 2 minutes, about a minute left to the open. So just be careful and good luck if you're trading.
The market is open. Order filled. Order filled.
Really printing. It's got to come down before it goes up, it looks like. Are you talking about NASDAQ? I took a short, so I'm up 500, 25 points. I took a short here. Got out 65, so 2340, 23,460, 23,460. That's right here. 460. Yeah, that's just below this top of this candle, the 5-minute candle, which is roughly 485, call it. So I would expect some resistance. Usually the top of the candle, the middle, and the bottom is resistance points. So, but it looks like now we want to go, we are away from the 200. It's like cycles, go away and come back, away, come back. So we are away from the mother of all moving averages. So now we want to come back. So that's what I expect. And like I showed you, the Bitcoin, it just dropped. That's why I thought we're going lower. So we opened up higher, right at resistance, and then, well, yeah, right at, let me do this chop here is, resistance point as well. So, and we're just heading south now, I think. But then, of course, 23,540 or so and 500 area will be support levels. So don't expect just, well, anything's possible, of course. But I'm looking at the red wick that divided and add half of it like a magnet. I don't. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you mean. At the red wick that divided. The red wick that divides it. At 460. The red wick. I don't see for any wicks at the 460 level. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Hmm. Uh, let me see the 4-hour chart here. The first red that goes down 23.5. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry. The first red that goes down to. Yeah, I mean, I can see, 23.5 of being at support. Even numbers are support levels. Um, it wasn't a chart you had to the right. Mm, let me take a look. Hold on a second. Let me see. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Boom, 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 boom. Take a look here. Uh, it was on the chart I had on the right. You mean the 5-minute chart? Are you talking about the 5-minute chart? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. You talk about this right here this week? Because it goes down all the way down to 490, 492 and 493. So just call it, yeah, 5. Okay, I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, it's in that area. It's, nothing is always specific price point. It's always, it's a zone, whether it's 5, 10, 15 points zone, Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, these points, are resistance point or support levels, between 530, this area, let's see, 540 and down to 500. But when you combine these two bars, um, let me see if I can do a 15-minute chart here. What's going on here? How come it doesn't want to zoom in? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this bar now, reminds me of this bar, right? So we might come back, retest this 20-day moving average. We might. Yeah, I'm not saying we will, which is roughly 577, 580, 5 right here, and then continue like we did here, create a wick, the tail, and just continue down. So, Yeah, so on this chart, I think, yeah, it's this bar here, this this wick, which is which makes sense because it's got to come down to the moving average, and there's always some kind of reaction to the upside if they're rising, you know. There's always reaction to the upside, unless we just collapse completely and just keep pushing down, and we're gonna break right through it. Just how strong the move is, up or down. Yeah, you're right. Mm, So 500 again. Yeah, it makes sense to come down to 500. It just makes because the moving average, the 20-day moving average is on a 30-minute is here, so there's going to be some kind of reaction. But I think the way it looks, it wants to come down to the declining 200-day moving average, you know, because it's pulling the prices down. So yeah, and then we'll see what happens. Let's just call it at 450, 23,450. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of reaction to the upside because now this 20 is rising, we're pulling prices up, and that 200 will be halting prices, going down. So then it might just chop or bounce back a little. It has to bounce back because this strong move up, it's just, there's going to be a lot of buyers at these levels, different levels. So, and yeah, yep, yep, yep. Yeah, 450 makes it exactly. See, 450 here on the 1 hour chart. You got this. This is going to become support roughly about 50%, right? This green bar, you slice it in half, 50% retracement. It's just, it's makes perfect sense. However you look at it. 450. Yeah. Let's look at this Bitcoin. You know, it just collapsed. We traced back. This is the future of the forex. So continuous 24 hours. Where was the previous open? That's probably where it's pulling towards. Um, Let me take a look here. Previous open. So we have, how do I make this chart bigger? Maximize cell. Love it. See, here's the timeline, 6:30 here. So this was the open. This bar opened up. This was the open at 6:30, and then got halted right at the 200-day moving average, and bam, moved above the moving averages, and this junk here retested the moving averages, and the news came out at 7 o'clock. Jerome Powell was speaking. I think that's when his speech started at 7 o'clock in the morning. This is Pacific Standard Time I'm talking about, West Coast. So yeah, it would have to. This is on a 5 minute chart, which is this time frame, the 5 minutes. It's watched for day trading. It's by a lot of people. It's watched by a lot of people, so it's very significant. Um, and this moving average, the 200, is rising. So he's got to break through it first before we get to this level. And of course, this zone here is going to become support, this congestion, naturally. So that would be, you know, 23, 275, 300, yeah, but 275 to 325. That's what you're talking about. But, that's a long way. Long, long way. Um, yeah, 5 and 15. Yeah, those are very common, very popular time frames. Um, I trade on a 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and I'll take a trade on a 15 minute also. But it has to be towards the close of the bar. There can't be 5 minutes into the 15-minute bar because you got 10 minutes to to reverse. Yeah, it's gotta be towards the end. 2, 3 minutes or so before it closes. Yeah, stocks, futures, forex, crypto, they all trade the same. They all move the same. That's Yeah, so we have, see, there's see, it failed to produce more because of this 540 area. Well, it's a little bit higher than that. It came down to 547. So, but there was no additional, well, no 30 seconds in this bar, so we'll see what happens. Restore cells. Yeah. You don't trade futures at all? 3D? No, 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 it's not. It's not the battery. It's just a notification on my phone. I don't pay attention. I just should have left my phone in the other room. So you only trade stocks? You don't trade futures or anything else? So you day trade them? small cap. So all the ones at the Russell 2000. Why do you choose to trade the small caps? Let's see what ETH is doing here. See, ETH is collapsing. See? It reversed. Who asked me about ETH here? Are you still here? Let's see. Robert, are you still here? So we'll see how this bar ends up being. But on a 5-minute chart or 15, it's pretty powerful. 1 hour. So it looks like on 1 hour, it was just a failed breakout. Say people got trapped. That's why I said, oh, hey, Robert. So here, your ETH, see? A lot of people got trapped because a lot of people play, the breakouts and they get hurt because I don't know exactly what the percentage is, but roughly about 80% of all-time highs fail, especially when, they just, let me see the daily here. Which is not too bad. Actually, I like this. It should continue. I mean, this is a pretty powerful bar, but this is one bar that took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 bars to create to the downside. And this thing just erased pretty much all the work by the bears. So I kind of expect pullback, but so we'll see if it goes down roughly 50% and then continue up. Because I want to show you an example. I'm going to show you an example with NASDAQ, but it's a little bit different location though. This is way above, right? Let's just call this 200-day moving average. It's above, but in NASDAQ, okay, what I'm going to show you is this. Okay, look at this. This is when Trump announced, I guess there was deal on tariffs, whatever. This was like 11% gain. This bar right here, you know. And then we retraced the next day, roughly about 50%. Well, a little more, a little deeper. But when you take the top and the bottom, right, slice it in half, here's about 50%. So, it's not exactly, you know, it's never nothing exactly everything. So, roughly 50%, and then move up again, and then came back down, retested it, and the rest is history, right? Um, so the same thing. It's kind of, let's go back to ETH here. Where is it? Where is the ETH? So this kind of reminds me of that. We're going to see a little 50% retracement, go back up, and then if we see a failure of the new high, then say goodnight. We're going to go to the downside. Does that make sense? Because there is going to be some kind of reaction here, 44.86 area. So, not just saying, specific price, just area. It's always an area. Just call it 4,500, and then I'm sure there's going to be a reaction to the upside. But then again, it depends how powerful we come down. Power is everything, it's footprints of money, power. Who's buying, who's selling. Um, so here we are again with this. So it looks like it wants to 540 area. Okay, that's a J swing, took out the shorts and down. That's a J swing. I'm not sure what that means. It will go down before, okay. Yeah. Are you talking about this on a 2-minute chart here, J swing like this? It will go down before more up, it looks like. Yeah, but there are, support levels. So it's just how deep it's gonna go. But it's definitely gonna go down lower. It should go down lower. I can't, I shouldn't say definitely, because nothing is 100%. Nobody knows. But sometimes we say things that we don't, exactly what we mean. So yeah, let's see what else. How I did the thunderstorm for you. How is the thunderstorm for you? What do you mean thunderstorm? I don't understand. I'm in Vegas. There are there are no thunderstorms. Very rarely. Or they last very few minutes. No, I was talking about the one you were looking at. Which one you were looking at? Oh, you're in Vegas too? No, it's all sunny when I look outside. I'm on the south side of Vegas, so there's no thunderstorms. Whereabouts are you in Vegas? Yeah, it's all sunny. I don't see anything. But yesterday or the day before, it was cloudy. It looked like it was gonna rain, but it did not at all. The other day, not yesterday. Yesterday was partly cloudy. Oh, you're in north? Yeah. Yeah, it can be raining, it can be raining on the north side and sunny on the south side, or east or west. A lot of times, all these storms come by on the west side for some reason, like south and west, just comes right through. Yeah, but they don't last that long, you know that. I mean, really heavy downpours just don't last. I want to say about max an hour. So it looks like we're having a little difficulty breaking down. But I think it's going to be a slow move down with pullbacks to the upside. Yeah, because if you see the Bitcoin, it's moving up. This is the 5-minute chart also. So the Bitcoin is moving up. Monday's temperature drop for next week. Yes, I know. I saw that too. We're going below 100. Things gonna be 90s, which is like, 10 degrees. I mean, it's either like when we go from like in the springtime, like from the 80s to 90s, and then we just one day we just go to 100 and we just stay in hundreds. And then one day when we go down after summertime, like next week, it just drops again. 10 degrees and we stay there and never look back. How long I have been trading? Uh, God, how many years? I don't know. A long time. I don't count. I don't really count how many years, but it's been over 10, 15 years. A lot of those years were not profitable, you know. So trading, just it's not always profitable, especially in the beginning. What about yourself? Yeah, I started out with stocks, indexes, and options, and then I moved to futures. I mean, I'll buy and hold stocks and stuff, and so on, but long term, but not day trade. Futures is where the action is. That's where the money is. That's where it's just better. And yeah, once I discovered futures, I never looked back. It's just better in many ways. One benefit to trading futures. Let's just say you trade the indexes, right? The Qs or the diamonds, the SPY, you know, and you hold it, long term, several days. You swing trade. Um, Let me see here for a second. I'll just take a look at something. Like the stocks and ETFs and all that, it's only open. The market only is only open, and few and options. You can only trade pretty much. I don't want to say 6 hours out of the day because there's always pre-market and aftermarket hours, but the spreads and everything else is so not in your favor. But anyways, but let's just forget about the pre-market and after, and post-market. If you're holding a position, let's just say a stock, and it doesn't really trade that much in pre-market or post-market, you're stuck with the position. You can't get out. Now with futures, let's just say you buy the SPY. I mean, the SPY and the diamonds and the Qs, they do trade, pre and post market. So, but like right now, see, like right now, this is the SPY, this is the Qs. It's not trading. So, if you bought, if you're holding, if you bought this and you're holding it, you cannot get out until, if you wanted to get out when the market opened today, you could not get out and lock in the profits, right? If you bought the NQ and held the NQ overnight and over the weekend, you could have sold it right at the open. That's huge, right? You can get out when you need to, when you want to. With stocks, indexes, ETFs, and options, especially options. That's a hard pill to swallow. You got to hold that, options don't trade pre and post market. At least last time I checked. I don't know, maybe, yeah, I don't think they trade. I mean, maybe they changed it, but I don't think they trade. I mean, futures options, yes, but not stocks, options on stocks or ETFs. That's why that's a huge advantage to trade the futures. If you buy, if you buy the indexes or commodities or, even even let me see if I can um even forex. Let me see. Um, what would be? Let me see. Okay. Uh, da, da, da. So you can, like, trade the Nikkei and here. Da, 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 da. You can trade the forex as well on the future side. So you can the Australian dollar, the Swiss franc, Canadian, Euro, USD, Japanese yen. So you can still trade those things even in futures. So it's not like you have to uh, be a let me see here. Yeah, like you have to be a forex trader or stocks. You can trade that stuff on the future side, just not the stocks themselves. That's why it's better. Yeah, I love futures. Okay, let me see what else. Let me take a look at the chat here. I'm sort of new, like 6 months, and yeah, I'm down like 20K, but last 2 weeks I was green, so it's progress. I bought and sold long term since 2012, just got into day trading. Yeah, I mean, there's plus and minuses. Well, plus minuses, for day trading and long-term swing trading. You can day trade for income and then, daily income, and then swing trade for wealth, hold positions for bigger gains. Um, see, see how this is Bitcoin, right? So it's moving up now. And when you look at the Nasdaq, see how it's moving up as well? They're very correlated because Bitcoin, the cryptos are technology. So it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense to me. Any other questions? I'm kind of getting hungry, so I'm gonna stay on for another 5, 10 minutes. Answer any questions that you may have. That's if I have the answers to those questions, because I don't know everything. You don't need to know everything to trade to be able to be a profitable trader. You just have to see, that's the secret. I think the biggest secret to day trading and be profitable, not just day trading, swing trading also, is actually doing what you're supposed to do, identifying the items, the strategy that you have, and actually taking action. Because if you don't take action, you don't do what you're supposed to, you're not going to see any results, right? And then if you do things you're not supposed to, that's how you lose money. So I think that's probably like the biggest thing, at least to me, is that follow your plan, follow your strategy, and be able to take action. Because a lot of times, our emotions take over and we just, don't take action or don't get out when we're supposed to, lose more than we're supposed to, right? That's how I look at things. Exactly. Well, you can hold the bag as long as it's a green bag, right? Don't hold the red bag, you know. So small losses are better than big losses. That's for sure. 3D, I'm assuming you're like in the 3D printing industry. Is that your main job? Income producing 3D printing? Was that your hobby or anything? Oh, you have the shop? Awesome. Do you have one of those big ass 3D printers or just so you have your own business? Is that what it is? Thank you. Take a look here. I need to do something here. Uh. You have the medium-sized ones. So what exactly? So if you have a shop, you have your own business. What exactly do you 3D print? I mean, you can probably do anything, right? I mean, really, nowadays you can just anything and everything. I'm just guessing, but I think I've seen people just do anything, a lot of things. Just hello, hello, Maddie, Ben. It's been a while. to have seen you. It's going. It's going. Yeah, sky's always up, right? Yeah, I just saw this. Look at this, guys. That is crazy. Yeah, I made 500. I took a short right after the open. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's how volatile it is. Yeah, especially like when Trump says something or Jerome Powell, they announce, rate cuts or yeah, or a CPI, PPI, unemployment. That's exactly what it is. It can just be insanely volatile. Yeah, especially CPI. That's just crazy. Well, we'll see when the rates, when I think it's next month, September. Everybody expects now the rate cut in September. Let me see. This September, August. This is PPI. Uh, I think they should. Yeah, this is gonna happen. When is this? What day is this? On the 17th, Wednesday the 17th. Interest rate decision. 11 o'clock. This is Pacific. West Coast. So buckle up. Mark your calendars. I'm hungry. I'm ready to get some food. Yeah. Yeah, everything is high. High emotions, high volatility, I mean, when you look at this, don't you wish you were short? short Bitcoin here. Huge drop, right? From 114.5, I mean 4,500, right? To 110.5 almost. Just 5 grand almost, just straight down in 5-10 minutes. Yeah, 5 grand. If you take the top, you know, 5,000 points. Just how's trading, Ben? Making money? Losing money? Look, here, look at this arrest. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. This is probably a dream dream situation for cops arresting somebody.
Getting in the car?
You have to, okay? You don't have a choice. You're under arrest. Have a seat in the car, please.
Oh, please, no, I'm not getting in the car.
You have to get in the car.
Why?
You're under arrest for driving under the influence.
Get in the car.
Okay?
I'm just not getting in the car.
You have to get in the car.
Come on, you gotta get in the car.
Please have a seat in the car.
Come on, get in the car. Don't make this harder than it has to be. Go.
You don't have a choice. You're under arrest. Please have a seat in the car.
I'm sorry, but what in the test that we did just proves that
That could all be explained later, but you are under arrest.
My mic is quieter. Is it better now when I talk?
Okay?
I'm not gonna go under the arrest.
You have to.
You don't
have a
have a
seat in the
choice.
car.
I'm not going in this car without knowing
You failed
what
the
I
test.
did when I didn't fail no exams.
Miss.
I'm sorry.
Get into the car.
Have a seat in the car now.
We don't want to have to put you in the car.
I didn't fail my exam, so
Okay.
I don't.
Have a seat in the car. Get
I'm
in the car.
not getting in this car without
Have a seat in the car.
knowing what.
Miss, get in the car.
I'm
Have a seat in
sorry,
the car.
but it's scaring me because I don't know
Okay.
what I did.
Okay.
When I didn't do
But you're being
anything.
told you are under arrest. Okay? Have a seat in the car.
Respectfully, sir, I am driving home to my family and I didn't do anything. So why are you accusing me?
We're not. You are under arrest. You have to get into the car.
Have a seat in the car.
I don't. It's not fair because
Well, have a seat in the car. If you want to have a chance of anything, listen to our instructions and have a seat in the car. We don't want to have to put you in the car.
You literally
That
were
looks
your
like a
whole
Kim
life, but
Kardashian
you're not
would've been
trying to help me.
Okay.
Oh, a lot of crazy stuff on the internet. Anybody watches MotoGP? Look at this motorcycle crash. these leathers, they have inflatable, they inflate when they crash. I think that's what this is trying to show. I think this bump here in the back is like, I don't know, I think it's an air pressurized, I don't know, pumps air into these, in the leathers. Yeah, I think that's it just popped, I think. Wow, that's a hard fall.
Тут як тут. Боря, дай же відкрити. Великий голодний. Боря. Ой, який голодний.
Only in Russia.
Ну я так зрозуміла, Боря, 10 кілограм це мало, да? Якщо ти будеш кожен день приходити.
See, the problem with feeding like deers and wild animals is that they will get used to it and expect, you know, be fed by you. So this is not really good. I mean, it's good and bad because, you know, you're feeding the animals, but they get used to it uh, and they don't look for food anymore in the wild. They just come to you and
Вище до середини серпня десь, потім йде в ліс. Який файненький. Що я думаю, чи прийде на вечерю, чи ні? Прийшов. Вирішила купити маленький мішочок, 10 кілограм, бо не знаю, як часто буде ще приходити. Морозний, треба подальше від нього.
oh, check this out. Wow, that must have hurt. That must have hurt. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. She's gonna feel that in the morning, right? I mean, getting hit by a water cannon like that. Let's see what this see how this is just correlated, Bitcoin and Nasdaq. Pulling back. Anyways, I'm getting hungry. Any other questions, concerns? I gotta go eat something. Yeah. Yep. All right, guys. Um, hmm. That's it for this stream. About an hour, 40, 45 minutes or so, 40 minutes. Long enough. Gotta eat. And if you are not subscribed, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell notification. If you have not watched my I posted a short yesterday. Go watch it. Let me see if I can put a link down in let me see how to do that. I don't even um just go under my shorts. What how how to spend your profits. Pretty funny. All right, guys, thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next live stream or video or short. Or check out the community tab also as well. I post a lot of stuff over there too. Um, and we'll see you later. Enjoy your Sunday, the rest of the Sunday, and tomorrow. Be careful trading. But I think you're gonna be rolling over. But anything can happen, really. Anything can happen. Just like this. Boom. Straight up. All right, take care. Bye bye.